Greetings, friends, families. Today I want to talk about the 3P. I call them the P raised to the power 3, right? And which is the first P to represent protection, and the second P stands for preservation, and the last P stands for processing. Now, this 3Ps is a principle that goes on in a relationship, whether being a family relationship, friend relationship, married relationship, child relationship. In every connectivity that you find yourself, it's a job or any togetherness, right? This 3P is the standard principles that goes on between any other togetherness. So the first P is the protection, right? The protection is where it is a responsibility for both sides to protect one another, right? If it is your friend, they expect you to protect them, and you expect them to protect you. So both sides looking for protection. And after you protect them in many areas, it could be, for example, in our childhood when we have friends, sometimes they can get into trouble, they can get into group fighting because it's our friend. We have to stand and protect them and fight with them and all that. Make sure that we are protecting them. That is one side. Now, after the protection, it does not stop there. When you protect your marriage, you protect your friendship, you protect your family relationship, you protect your job relationship, anything that you find yourself in, any society, any service, if you finish up the first P, that stands for the protection. Now you build up the trust, right? The trust, it must be preserved. That is the second P, preservation. Now, how to preserve the trust now? Here it goes. You have to make sure that it doesn't get rotten. It has to make sure that it doesn't get exposed. It has to make sure it doesn't get untrustworthy. You have to make sure that any bad thing don't come on the way between that preservation of that protection that you have shown in a friendship or relationship, whatever you find yourself in. So that comes in the the second P. So the preservation is what always be a problem, right? For example, you can put food in a freezer to preserve it not to get spoiled or something like that. But you have to need to get the food out in some time, because you can't put the food in a freezer to preserve it for 1,000 years of time. You can't do that. It was not going to be no more use again. For example, if you put meat, chicken in the freezer, some couple months when you go take it out, it's like it turns to ice. All the nutrients and everything is gone. But that's how preservation is. You have to keep on preserving till that kingdom come. You can't stop. So the moment that both parties see that the preservation of the trust, of the protection that you are providing is not coming or is not moving on, then it means that the product or the relationship is about to get rotten. For example, if the current went out in the freezer, it means that the meat, everything in the freezer is going to get rotten. It's going to get spoiled. So you as a human being, and after you have protected your friendship, after you have protected your marriage, you have to preserve it as well. So the preservation is a longevity process. Now, after you've done that part, now the major part is the processing. The processing is the third P, and that is what gets most of the relationship, friendship, family, everything get shut down or broken. The third P. It is the most important part. The process. Process is something that never stops. It keeps on going, recycling, processing. If we are in a factory, if we are manufacturing like toothpaste or manufacture anything we manufacture, it means that to keep the factory running, you have to keep the process ongoing. So it's like recycling all over again and again and again and again and again. So the first P, the protection, the second P, the preservation, and the third P, the processing. If you protect your friend, you protect your marriage, you protect your relationship, you protect your church, your trust, everything that you have, you protect it. And then after you gain the trust, you preserve it. Then you have to do all over. That is the process. You have to keep on protecting. You have to keep on preserving. Then you keep the cycle moving. And that is where people get fade away. The process part. Because you can protect someone for today. You can preserve their trust for tomorrow. But doing it all over again and again and again and again, it's become a cycle of process. That is where sometimes we fell short and somebody will come and say, I lose trust in you. Oh, you don't protect me no more. Oh, I'm not depending on you no more. This is because the process is not moving on as being expected. So the little advice I would give in today's section is that remember the principles of the 3 P's in life. I call it the P raise the power 3 square, right? That's how the name I give it. So the first P is called a protection. The second P is called a preservation. And the third P is the processing. So try your best to make sure you maintain these 3 P's in your life, in your relationship, in your marriage, whatever you find yourself in, and keep on recycling all over and over. And I believe whatever you find yourself in, if it is friendship, relationship, marriage, anything that you're in, if you keep on practicing this 3 P cautiously, you have a better life and a better day. May God richly bless you. My name is Reverend Michael Nkrumah, and this is the message, the word. Take it, take this advice, and it will help you in your life. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.